Thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Today, we are going to understand method reference. What is method reference and how it can make your code even more readable and simpler. Otherwise, it is just an equivalent of a lambda. There are four types. Let's understand those four types. First, if there is a reference to a static method. So, let's take this example. We have this integer class, and when we do a parseInt and we pass the string, okay. So this integer parsing, this method is the static method of integer class. So that you can see in Lambda. So here, when we convert that into method reference, see how much easier it has become. I am not even mentioning the parameter. I'm just adding the name of the class here. This is the syntax. Class name is integer. And what is the static method of that class? parseInt. So this is how you can reference to a static method. Similarly, this was static method, right, of the class. This is the instance method of the class. Here, when we see System.out, so we get this object out, we can directly put out println, or you could just say System.out 4 colons and println. You would get the consumer. In this way, we can use the instance method of a class. Even here, this array list, right? We get the object of list, and then we call the method size of list. We pass it to supplier. Then reference to an instance method of an arbitrary object of a particular type. So this is like we are passing the instance method only, but like here we are passing the object reference. Instead of object reference, I pass the class name only. So best example is string. Let's see, in Lambda, say I want to do the uppercase of my all this of the string. I use s dot to uppercase of the pass string. Now, in case of this third type, I put the string class here and I pass the method to uppercase. The uppercase method, it is not a static method, it's an instance method of string class. Now this, what happens basically, there are two inputs of this class. So one input is this string and the other one. So basically you're passing this object reference when we do s dot to uppercase, right? When we do s dot to uppercase, this s is an object. So internally, you are passing the object only, but you don't need to mention it explicitly. So that's the advantage here. In case of s1, s2, see here we are passing two string s1 dot equals s2. So here string equals. So when we say by predicate, we have two inputs. So it understands that there are two inputs, and that is why it is able to manage it. Similarly, for the by function, we have two inputs, s and begin. So s is the string, and then we do a substring from the starting point, and we just mention string and substring. So it infers by itself that this first parameter is my object, and the second parameter is what the method needs. So this is the third type, and the fourth one is a very simple case where we want the object of a particular class. Say I want array list of string, I just put array list 4 colons and new. That's it. So this is how simpler things become with method reference. In all these cases, just note that there are 4 colons that you need to take care. The most confusing is this one. Otherwise, the other ones are pretty straightforward. We'll look at few more examples that we have. Let's start with the first one, static method. What I have done here is, in this class method reference example, I have created a static method print concat. It takes two inputs, string s1 and s2, and it does the concatenation prints it. So in my buy consumer, I pass two string and see the method reference example. I give the class name method reference and I give the name of the static method print concat, and I just call the print.accept. Similarly, the parseInt example. My input is string, my output is integer. This parseInt is a static method. This is pretty straightforward. When we look at the instance example. So in this case, I have created one more method, transform. This time it's an instance method. It is doing the same thing, nothing different, concatenating. Just the difference is I am creating the object here. This is the object and I am passing the instance method. So this is the difference here. I am passing here the class name. Here I am passing the object and I am passing the instance method. And if I wanted to write this in Lambda, it would be like this. Like this. So this is what your Lambda would come out to be. This is the Lambda equivalent. And in method reference, we have removed everything else. It is able to understand there are two inputs and for the transform method, and it is able to pass it. That's the advantage of method reference. It becomes readable. The one important rule from Lambda to method reference is it will only work if you are directly passing in the data. That's it. Method reference will not be able to do any extra transformation. Say in this case, I want to make it s.2 case. If I have this kind of transformation, method reference won't be able to handle it. So that's the difference. In this case, method reference won't work. But if you are directly passing it, then it's fine. We have completed two types, static method and the instance method. Now arbitrary object, basically for particular type. Now here we are just converting our string to lowercase. In this case, we are calling this string method. So this is string class, but this is an instance method. Just keep this in mind. And whatever string we are passing, right, it will be like s dot to lowercase. This is how it works. Internally, it is calling the instance method through an object. Now the fourth type, constructor reference. If I want the supplier or basically the new object of any class, I can directly use method reference, 4 colons and new. That is it. So this is method reference. As you can see, the first one, hello world, using the static method, it got concatenated, and the buy consumer, I'll print it. So Then in this case, we have this hello, and I convert it into lowercase. Then we have constructor reference. As soon as I call this new, I have this constructor, inside constructor is printed. So this is all about method reference. Hopefully you will like it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.